my thoughts about Israel lobbying for politicians in America for unconditional support. My thoughts, stop it. Just stop. That's it. That's it. Like, I genuinely, I don't harbor hatred toward black people when I criticize them. And I don't harbor genuine hatred towards any other group of people when I criticize them. I don't harbor any genuine hatred towards Jews. I don't hate Israel. I don't. I don't hate anyone. It's just, hey, your interests are a little different than our interests in America. And a lot of the times you are blackmailing our politicians into supporting your wars of conquest in the Middle East and your abject, genuinely, you're just really terrible war crimes. And I don't say that. I know that's so left-wing coded, but I'm not going to cry when Hamas is killed. But I do sense, I feel a sense of grief when children are killed, okay? Now, you might just chalk it up to, oh, it's just war. It's just casualties of war. Yeah, I know they're casualties of war, but that still doesn't make children dying unfortunate. That's a tragedy. In the same way, if we were to engage in a just war and children died, that'd be a tragedy. And so we're giving them military aid, and with our military technology and our support, they're going out and bombing little kids. I don't like that, okay? Because it's not in our interests. It's not in America's interests. So people always say, but AIPAC doesn't spend as much money as other countries when they lobby. Yeah, because most other countries, when they're lobbying politicians, it's economic lobbying. It's purposes for economic lobbying to help their companies. For example, people will say, oh, South Korea spends as much as AIPAC does. Oh, why don't you hate South Korea? Why don't you call out the PAC in South Korea? Because it's Samsung Hyundai coming in saying, hey, allow us to do business in America. Allow us to do trade in America. They're like, okay. And then so what? They set up shop here. They create businesses for Americans. Lots of Americans work at Samsung and Hyundai in America. That's objectively much better for America than AIPAC, which AIPAC does mainly political lobbying, which then politicians create incentives and also make decisions to benefit Israel. Their interests, whatever their national security interests are, whatever their political interests are, whatever their even military interests are, they support them. So it's different. It's different. It's not just about the money, but it's about what the money is for. And that's why most of Congress is pro-Israel. It's because AIPAC has paid them off. This is not a conspiracy. This is real. Now, do we want that? No, we don't want that, because American politicians should represent the interests of America first. So I'm against it. That's it. I'm against it. I don't hate Jewish people. I don't hate Israel. And this is where I get stuck. I get called a Zio shill because I don't hate Israel or Jews. And I've been to Israel, so they see that I went to Israel with Turning Point 4 years ago, and they're like, oh, you're paid off by Miriam Adelson. And I'm like, I didn't even know who that was until recently. And then there's the other side who's like, oh, I didn't know you're an anti-Semite. You're such a disappointment. Why do you hate Jews? I'm like, okay, dude, I criticize and I joke about all groups of people. I even joke about my own group of people. And I joke about white people too. You are not above criticism, and you're not above jokes because of your identity. I have no problem joking around with all people and making jokes about stereotypes, about groups of people. But that's my thoughts on Israel, about unconditional support and lobbying American politicians. I believe they need to get out of American politics as much as possible, because their interests in the Middle East aren't always aligned with American interests. So yeah, if it aligns, sure, but most of the time it's not aligned. And a lot of the times, American politicians are kind of dragged into Israeli interests and conflicts, which it doesn't benefit us. It doesn't benefit an American people. And I think we need to focus more domestically at home to solve the problems of the American people and cure the dysfunction and the disorder in American society before we go out for foreign conquest to help a foreign country. Those are my thoughts on Israel. I don't hate Jews. I'm going to say it one more time. I don't. But I do wish they were not part of American politics.